we've evaluated the submission forms for the online activities delivered at the time being and was on flu vaccination awareness week. I have also filled in the grant application while liaising with NASIA grant coordinator, and I have been discussing with the educational department how to connect their projects, namely Science Monthly and Public Activities.
Okay, we are first having the questions from the spreadsheet. The first one is coming from Akka. It goes, how satisfied are you with interaction on LEAP and the number of members it currently has? Stefan?
To be precise, currently we're counting 387 members, and in terms of the interactions on LEAP, there's always a point of improvement. It's a platform, it's consisting of people, it's a community of people. The momentum needs to be kept and of course always improved.
Any comments or questions on this? If not, the second one is, could you explain the process who and how someone is added to the LEAP Google group? Stefan?
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. Actually, it's quite easy. All you need to do is go to LEAP, and when you're filling the registration form, you're having a question, do you want to join the LEAP group, where you will see all the necessary applications.
Any comments or questions on this? If not, the next one is, okay, Alpha with a new point. Alpha, could you please raise it high because there's a light coming behind you, I can see it. Okay, Alpha?
If somebody is already registered, is there an option to put them into your group later on?
Stefan, it's about that.
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. Of course, all you need to do is refer to me and I can easily comment.
Bernardo, direct.
Bernardo, BPA, is there a way for people to also tell you that they want to leave the group? Because, for example, if I recall from the training project that every year we send an email asking people if they want to keep being there. It's just so not only for you not to send emails inviting to people or to have them in the platform, and then your engagement level will be lower because you have people who don't no longer care about it.
Stefan?
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. Thank you, Bernardo, for the question and for the feedback. However, I would like to remind Executive and also GA that at least that the Google Group has been actively started using since the beginning of this mandate. However, there is a point of this which can be activated.
Any other comments or questions on this? If not, the next question is from Slovenia. It goes, okay, the next one is from Prosper. It goes, do you feel like introducing more challenges into the promotion plan for different projects could lead to increased competitiveness and influence collaboration between members? Stefan?
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. I had a similar approach, to be honest. However, it did invoke a lot of curiosity and a lot of points to discuss with the educational department in terms of how to increase competitiveness and influence among members.
Any comments or questions on this? If not, the next question is from Anna France. It goes, what is the cause of lack of communication with EFP? Stefan?
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. I do have to point out that the communication with the EFP has been like this for quite some time. The reason for this is that the people we're contacting on EFP are also highly involved in research and academia. Therefore, their schedules are quite low. However, with the regular folks, we are managing to maintain a regular contact with them. Also, a measurement of precautions have been taken in terms of contacting them in a timely manner according to the previous experience.
Any other comments or questions on this? If not, the next one is also from Anep. It goes, looking forward to these educational series chronicles, but how is it fitting in with the chat with professional webinars? Stefan.
Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator. Well, this is quite easy to answer. Chat with Professional focuses on what skill sets and what is it like to work in certain pharmaceutical areas. Educational Chronicles, on the other hand, focuses on specific pharmaceutical knowledge future pharmacists needs to have in order to pursue career in that path. So basically, with this project, we have an overall circle. We have what is it like to work in the field and how to get there.
Any other comments or questions on this? If not, the next question is from APEP Portugal. It goes, although APEP thinks that LEAP is a good project, we think that it needs to be more close to the students. The project itself could be demystified. Do you agree? How can we improve this? Stefan.
Thank you for your question, but to answer this, of course, the educational department will meticulously work on this. However, I would still need to require your help as licensed secretaries in terms of what is the best strategic approach to, stimulate your members to engage in the creative, really engaging the educational experience.
Point of information, Marco.
Marco, VPLU and also Leap platform is having a separate form on feedback. So if you want to provide feedback, you have a separate form on the platform. So just go there and provide feedback if you have some concrete improvements, of course.
Any other comments? Stefan?
And if you're going to do so, just so you know that, as Stefan, Educational Affairs Coordinator, if you want to do so, the feedback form is located at the bottom of every single page.
Any other comment or question on this? We are done with the spreadsheet to the report as a whole. If not, now we, Marco? Okay. Now we are proceeding with Michael, the public health. Okay, yeah, I told you. Marco? Sorry, Marco. Marco, Ido.
Marco, I was thinking just that you announce our comments and questions for GAMS. Stefan, I just want to thank you for all the hard work and for being always a backup. Thank you.
Dylan?
Dylan, Vice President of European Affairs. I would also like to thank you from my side, and I think we also speak from Daniela's side, because the collaboration in regards to methodology booklet has been going great, and I think we established exactly how we should collaborate also in the future.
Any other comments or questions? If not, now we are proceeding with Michael Franken, Public Health and Social Services Coordinator. Michael, please provide the update on your report.
Yes, thank you. So, what I did since I filled in the report was I made the communication slides for the preparatory workshops. I did the outcomes on the September events of the public health campaigns, the social services, and the European Health Days. I also collaborated with Marco, Paulina, and AESGP regarding public health campaign on meth disposal. Today I went around for money for the social services to collect. Also, I attended the educational department meeting with Joseph, Stefan, and Anna, and of course Marco. I reached out to the EPSA public health coordinator, who is starting her mandate the 1st of November. I tried to develop the social services month. I reached out to the LSS and the public health coordinators regarding AIDS Awareness Week. I also filled in the grant application form for Asia. I attended the MEP Alliance for Mental Health for my internship, and I reminded the LSS and public health coordinators and social service coordinators for the social service form for Green Transport Week. And also today I had a meeting with 2 LSS and a public health coordinator. That would be it.
Okay, now we are proceeding with the questions from the spreadsheet. The first one is from 16th Slovenia. It goes, we like the idea of sharing members' materials on certain campaigns. Perhaps you should inform them in advance and maybe even ask them to prepare something specific. Michael?
Michael Bunker, Public Health Coordinator and Social Services Coordinator. So yeah, I took that into account since Mental Health Awareness Day. We saw that the materials were highly appreciated among our members. We would like to thank our Croatian member for it, because they provided the materials, which were really nice. Indeed, I will now proceed and maybe open an email thread to collect information and materials.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next question is from MPSA North Macedonia. It goes, how far ahead did you approach the associations for World Pharmacist Day? Michael?
Michael Bunker, PATSO coordinator. Not that much in advance. My apologies for that. I think it was a few days in advance that I contacted it. However, I know I had to do better for the European Antibiotic Awareness Week. I did it already at the beginning of October, which is happening in November. So you see, there is some advancements.
on that? If not, the next question is from the EPSA Belgium. It goes, how do you want to improve communication with the LSs?
That is a good question.
Michael,
POPSO coordinator. Well, yesterday I attended the LS meeting and public health also came to the topic, and I had a fruitful comment, I think it was from Azure. They asked for more concise emails, so I will try to club it up a little bit, and also maybe what I will do, and I was discussing earlier this day, to maybe also for public health communities to improve communication, give them already something to post.
any other comment or question on this? If not, the next question is from Pascal. It goes, in order to increase the engagement of local PH coordinators, would it be possible to include LSs more into the communication, since many of them are not attending to PH issues on national level, in a way that they could be where they need to pop their PH coordinators? Michael,
POPSO coordinator. Yes, it would be possible. I also included them into the WhatsApp group. I also tag them always in my mails. So maybe I also need to mention that they need to put the local SOC group.
clarification, Pastor Romania.
One of us in Romania, could you mention that you already included us into the WhatsApp group? Because I'm not in any WhatsApp group.
Michael,
POPSO coordinator. So my apologies. I made the group in July. I spread the form. However, there are some members who are not included, so maybe I need to resend the form again after the AA. So now everyone is aware. I will do that directly after I come back to work.
any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is also from Fosfer. It goes, have you planned a live meeting with the local PH coordinators attending DAA? Michael,
POPSO coordinator. Yes, I did yesterday actually. I sent it to the WhatsApp group. However, there was one public health coordinator attending the meeting, which was from your organization, and two LSs, which were Eline from KNPSV and Sophie from Gibson.
any other comments or questions on this? If not, the next question is from APEP Portugal. It goes, did you think about creating a group for social services coordinators? Michael,
POPSO coordinator. Yes, I thought at the beginning. However, I thought it would be more efficient to include them into one larger group with the public health coordinators and the social service coordinators. However, to come back to that topic, maybe it would be better that for information-wise, to not overload people, to separate them.
any other comments or questions on that? APEP Portugal?
Matilda from Portugal, so I think we discussed this in the past mandates, but I didn't know I don't know the outcomes. Maybe it's better to ask the associations if they have social services coordinated, because, for example, in APF we have it separated. So I have to be the contact person for the social services. Because she's not included in the emails.
Michael, direct.
POPSO coordinator. Thank you for the information and for the clarification regarding to that. Maybe it would be great for us to start documenting which organization has public health coordinators and social services coordinators, because when I looked into the drive, I didn't find any of that information, so for me it wasn't clear. Thank you for the clarification. I will get back after that, after the meeting.
Any other comments or questions about it? If not, we are done with the spreadsheet. Any questions or comments from the room? CPSA Croatia.
Yeah, as if you say, just coming from a position from former local public health coordinator, I know there was a lot of dropouts from the positions, if I understood correctly, in the last mandate or two. So just want to know what is the current status on the reporting, because there was a system of collecting reports from public health campaigns done on local level. So just it is quite a bit of, I'm just going to say, extra work, but I don't know if you plan to do that again, or just have another way of kind of collecting information and knowledge between people, and yeah, what's kind of plan on that.
Michael?
Michael, also coordinator. Yes, I was thinking about creating a form to collect the outcomes of the member association. However, due to time constraints, I did not come to that yet. I plan to do it in the following month, since after this workload is a little bit heavy. So thank you.
Any other comment or question? Marco?
Marco, Ripeto, thank you, Michael, for all the work and for being the backup.
Okay, now we have Joseph, science coordinator in the agenda. Joseph, could you please provide us with the updates on your report?
Joseph, science
Joseph, hand signal. Joseph, sorry.
Joseph, science coordinator. Since I submitted my report, I shared the Science Monthly October edition with Alexis. I also provided them with feedback form on the new changed format of Science Monthly. I finished Science Monthly November edition. I continued investigation on possible collaboration on science excursions with universities. In that matter, I started investigation on possible revision of science excursion guidelines. In collaboration with NATE's alumni coordinator, I contacted alumni in regards to their participation in Science Blog. I also filled the activity list for Erasmus Grant, collaborated with PR department on EPSA Student Scientific Publication Edition 1 and Edition 2, and I attended the third Educational Department meeting.
So we are proceeding with the questions from the spreadsheet. First one is from 16th EPSA Slovenia. It goes, how satisfied were you with LS's promoting science projects? Joseph?
Joseph, science coordinator. As far as I know, LSS did their best to promote the science project. It could have been seen, for example, on ESSB, when we got around 12 participants, and I'm very happy that you're promoting the science projects and you're doing your best.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is also from the SHSPD. It goes, since it is always very hard to get students to participate in the science day, have you maybe investigated any solutions on how to tackle this problem? Joseph?
Joseph, science coordinator. I think the main thing how to tackle this problem is right promotion. We have to help students to overcome the uncertainty in regards to applying for Science Day. I haven't investigated this problem, but I have some solutions in my mind. For example, presenting them with experience from past participants and showing them that there is nothing to fear. Also, I would like to raise awareness about poster presentation. It's always harder to get participants for this part of Science Day, and I'm planning to do that through experience articles on Science Blog during the promotion period before the registrations will be open.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is from Pastor Romania. It goes, we enjoyed the fact that you asked for feedback on the new Science Monthly format. Would it be possible to do it for other projects as well in the future? This way we might find solutions for the recurrent issue of low-interest students show for some of the projects. Joseph?
Joseph, science coordinator. First of all, I would like to thank all LSs that filled the feedback form. It's very helpful for me to steer the possible changes in Science Monthly for the future. Yes, I think it's a good idea to go with feedback forms in the future. Of course, I will see if there will be need for that, and if I will have the feeling that I need more specific feedback, of course I will ask the LSs through feedback form.
Any other comments or questions? If not, the next one is from Open Portugal. It goes, how exactly do you plan to be more proactive in the speakers database? Joseph?
Joseph, science coordinator. I think this question is more for Marco.
Marco?
Marco, speakers database is under my portfolio. So when it comes to speaker database, I didn't have like completely full time to dedicate in terms of investigation and collecting this base in a better way. However, we have some spreadsheets, and Emma and I were discussing how to tackle this. I just need to kind of step up the game with this and be more proactive.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next question is also from Apep. It goes, do you have any updates on the investigation to open registrations for the science day for no participants of the AC? Joseph?
Joseph, science coordinator. We investigated possible solutions how to tackle this matter, and most probably we will open registrations for local students for AC20 in Lyon.
Any other comments or questions on that? If not, we are done with the spreadsheet. So, any other questions? 16th Slovenia?
Nate, 16th Slovenia. Yeah, so there has also been a science excursion during the summer university this year in Slovenia, and I would like to know, like, how do you feel about having science excursion during summer universities, given the fact that this is a rather informal event? Thank you.
Joseph? Point of information, Eva first.
Eva, yes, we've actually had some universities for I think 4 or 5 years now. We've actually had science excursions for a couple of years now at some universities, so it's not new.
Joseph, do you still have it? Okay, any other questions or comments from the room? We are done with the spreadsheet. Marco?
Marco VPNU, thank you Joseph for all the work and for being a backup.
Okay, now we are going to proceed with the training coordinator's report. So please, Anna, can you please provide us with the updates of the report?
I'm a training coordinator. Since I submitted my report, I've opened a few open calls for trainers, most of them lieutenants. I was following up on trainers and the preparations for their trainings on AA. I was with Mark and Connor in regards to ordering the training project merge for the AA. I attended the first educational department meeting and followed up on how many reports we received so far for the 15th EPSA, and we also confirmed that it will be happening soon.
Okay, now we are proceeding with the questions from the spreadsheet. First one is from KMPS Sweden. It is drop, okay. The second one is from 16th Slovenia. It goes, how would you describe your proactivity within the EPSA team? Anna? Speaking English. Anna?
Anna, training coordinator. I would say I'm quite active in the EPSA team. I have attended all the educational department trainings, also followed up on every email and everything that I've been submitted from the team, and I keep tracking everything.
Okay, any other comments or questions on that? If not, I'm proceeding with the other questions. VFSO Belgium. It goes, how far are the plans for organizing the trainers on tour? Anna?
Anna, training coordinator. The preparations for the trainers on tour are planned to start after the autumn summer.
Any other comments or questions on that? Bernardo?
Leonardo BPIA, a suggestion to the members, just talk amongst yourselves if you would be interested in organizing this together, because it made it a lot easier last mandate to find hosts for the event.
Okay, any other comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is from Pascal. It goes, we appreciate how well you took over this position considering its extensive portfolio. The only thing we would like to draw attention to being the responsiveness, which we would like to see increasing a bit in the following months. Any other comments or questions on this? If not, the next one is from APEC Portugal. It goes, regarding the visibility of the training projects, do you envision other kind of initiatives? Anna?
I'm not training coordinator. It's a good question. So far my focus was on the preparations for the autumn assembly. Nevertheless, I will start investigating
Any other comments or questions? If not, the next one is also from APEC Portugal. It goes, what are your concrete plans to develop the advocacy of soft skills collaborating with the VP? Anna?
I'm a training coordinator. My concrete plan is to schedule a meeting with Dylan and to investigate what would be the best way to advocate success.
Any questions on that? If not, the next one goes, why did you state that no external collaborations will be included in the TNT? Anna?
I'm not a training coordinator because the past few years when we organized the TNT, we did it by ourselves, and at that time when I was writing the report, Chisisapita wasn't confirmed yet, and also their proposal for the TNT being set in March, not in December as it was previously planned, wasn't confirmed either. So if the TNT would be happening in December, we wouldn't have the time to actually find an external organization with whom we could actually collaborate. But now since the TNT is happening in March, I still have enough time to place and send an email to the YNGO training network and ask if anyone might be interested to collaborate with us.
Any comments or questions on that? If not, we are done with the spreadsheet. Technical, Mathilde? Sorry? Oh, sorry. The third one goes, how do you intend to increase the motivation of the trainers to deliver local trainings? Anna?
I'm a training coordinator. I'm collaborating with a trainers board member. In this regard, we are promoting the open calls for local from a local association every week, every Wednesday, and the EPSA trainers Facebook group, reminding them about the open calls. And on this point, I would like to encourage LSs to organize local trainings and give your own trainers also the possibility to deliver.
Mathilde, direct, APEC Portugal.
Mathilde, APEC Portugal. So I would just like to comment that we have in Portugal several trainers, and it's always difficult to have them delivering trainings. So I think it should be made some, more responsibility for the trainers. I don't know.
Direct, Marco first.
Marco Pipiedu. In regards to this also, Anna started having individual meetings with trainers, and she started tackling this and discussing and meeting their needs as well. So yeah.
Anna, direct.
I'm not a training coordinator. On this point, I would like to give a suggestion. I would ask the GA to show me with motion cards if you would like to support this or not. My suggestion would be to create kind of a submission form for every time we have a local training. Like for example, to submit it at least a month in advance, so I can actually have enough time to contact trainers and the trainers that they will have enough time to prepare, because sometimes it is hard to get transportation at a reasonable price, and sometimes the issue, at least in the last few months since I've been in the position, I realized that the calls from associations come a bit too late, and I have a really short notice, and sometimes the trainers that could be available are either on congresses or are senior trainers or are having internships, and it's harder to reach them.
Okay guys, motion cards please. So now we are done with the spreadsheet. Any other questions from the room? Marco?
Marco Pipiedu, thank you Anna for all the work and for being a backup.
Okay, now we are done with the European Affairs Department. Educational Department. Technical, Mihai?
Mihai, President, as we are quite late with the agenda, I will ask the General Assembly if it's okay to take Dylan's point. It will be 15 minutes. We are already late with 35 minutes if we do not take this point. So is this okay for the General Assembly? Okay, I see general agreement.
Okay, now we are proceeding with the report. So then can you provide us with the updates?
Dylan, VP European Affairs. I worked further on IP survey report together with Daniela. I presented the draft at the EPSA meeting here in Poreč. I have been in further contact with Health First Europe for the event in the European Parliament where EPSA is speaking at. I have been in further contact with ES10 about our joint position paper. I presented the draft of the joint position paper at the live EPSA meeting here in Poreč. I poked the EPSA representatives a few times, formally and informally, and all in all received valuable responses in regards to sustainability from member associations, for which I would actually really thank you, because now we can move forward and we will follow up as we discussed at the EPSA meeting. I followed up on the methodology booklet survey together with Marco, Danila and Stefan. Together with Neja, investigated the possibility to apply for an award for methodology booklet. I collaborated further with Michael on certain PhD matters. I followed up on communication over email, informally over WhatsApp group. I tried to solve the problems with the Google group and will keep working on it together with Anya, IT coordinator. I shared the first online EPSA minutes. I hosted the first live EPSA meeting where we had some fruitful discussions, and I have to say I'm really very glad with the engagement. Then I had some executive tasks that I delivered, and I also worked and delivered the matters in regards to my internship in Brussels, where I worked for the GEU. In regards to annual reception, as executive has consulted with AEB, and we have finally decided on the topic. It will be public health safety, where we will focus on where we're headed and how breakable or unbreakable it is. Then I was in contact with ESAS in regards to joint public health campaign for European Antibiotic Awareness Day. I was in contact with some associations from EPSA. I was in contact with ESN. I attended ESCP symposium in Ljubljana right before the second meeting. And the follow-up is that we will have a joint webinar with them and some additional activities. I was also in contact with EFPC for the webinar and EIP for their event that we are attending. Hosted the second European Affairs Department meeting. Delivered a session about European institutions and advocacy on Alice Day, and delivered the European atmosphere in EPSA advocacy session at Autumn Assembly yesterday together with Manila.
Okay, now we're proceeding with the questions from the spreadsheet. It comes from KMPSV, the Netherlands, and first, how do you think you can get more number of responses the next time?
Dylan, Vice President of European Affairs. So in regards to the survey on IP, well, it's a bit unfortunate because compared to last year when we had really the survey, it's a lot less. However, I can assure you that we tried all we can and we worked very efficiently. We had a strategic plan in regards to promotion. Daniela and I worked closely with the whole PR department about it. What I think could be the matter is that the survey was done over the summer. However, that was agreed with the ESAs that we should all do it in that time period in order to proceed further. But it should be a note taken.
Any comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is, what will happen with the EPSA Hub? Tilan, hand signal. Tilan,
Vice President of European Affairs. So I'm in contact with EPSA House, with the agency, and right now we don't have any updates, which is good because that means we can stay there.
Any comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is from 16th Slovenia. It goes, which topics do you have in mind currently? Can you please yell a little bit because I can't hear you. Okay, I heard it now. The second one is, do you make the first three drops. The fourth one is, do you see the EPSA entry as a valuable project that should be further developed in the future? It goes, could you elaborate on the problem EPSA executive being inactive over email? Did I hand signals? Did I?
Can I still answer on EPSA project or not?
It's not regarding the question right now because we are...
So about EPSA executive, we're all having lots of things to develop under our portfolios. However, the engagement has improved a lot in recent weeks because we also connected. We don't work every day in person, and sometimes there can be a miscommunication. However, everything is going very smoothly.
Any other comments or questions on that? The next one is also from 16th. Based from the reports from the European Department, you have communicated via calls quite frequently. Did you manage to also write down outcomes and minutes from those calls, as it can be useful for the upcoming mandates? Tilen?
Tilen, the European Affairs. I didn't write it down. However, it was mostly things that it was just follow up on work that has to be done, and then everything was discussed at the department meeting.
Any comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is also from 16th. It goes, as current VPEA and former Policy Affairs Coordinator, did you find any additional use of Policy Affairs Coordinator? Is it easier for you to find correlation between these two positions? Tilen?
Tilen, Vice President of European Affairs. I have to say that I'm very thankful that I have this coordinator under my position because it's very helpful. For the amount of work that I overview and I'm responsible for. There are definitely things to improve in that position. It's a new one, and I can already see that this year. However, we will push forward.
Any comments or questions on that? If not, the next one is from MPSA in North Macedonia. It goes, do you think that you will have sufficient time to fully prepare a plan for EPSA? Tilen?
Tilen, Vice President of European Affairs. I think the time is sufficient. However, the first thing that comes to ESA's collaboration is communication, which I don't think I have a problem with because it's mostly just initiating.
Any comments or questions? No. The next one is from Plus Romania. It was, congratulations on the work done so far. It is a great pleasure to work with you, and we are immensely grateful for all the help, support, and validation you have provided regarding our advocacy activity on national level. You are an inspiration and a great example to follow, and we hope you'll stay as available as you have been until now because it is incredibly motivating to our entire national team. The next one is from APEC Portugal. It goes, regarding the e-health position paper, what do you think that was the real impact on the stakeholders? How do you measure the impact of these positions? Tilen?
Tilen, European Affairs. So the impact of e-health position paper is actually specific to Portugal. On European level, of course, but also to Portugal because it was actually promoted to all community pharmacists through their chamber, which is a great success for us. About how to measure the impact of the position. Actually, there's nothing that EPSA has been doing in the past about it, but actually it's something that I will definitely take in and try to cover in my next report.
Any comments or questions regarding this? If not, we are done with the spreadsheet. Any comments or questions on the report? CPSA Croatia first.
On the CPSA. I was really pleased to see in your report mentioning a potential model European Union, as it is an opportunity that the students out from pharmacy could be it could be very useful. So do you perhaps have any updates from the organizers, and also do you think that it would be, and if there will be Model European Union, would it be a separate event? Would it be organized by EPSA or locally, etc.? So some kind of plans for that. Thank you.
Tilan, Vice President of Green Affairs. Yeah, I agree that this is a great opportunity. I personally have attended an event like this last year in Brussels. So I got in contact with this association called Better Europe, and they have different member associations across Europe, and they actually organize these events. So we will just promote it to our students. However, there's several problems. One of them is that they're changing the mandates right now, so it was some disturbances there. And the other thing is that they don't really collect the educational topics that are going to be at each event, which is kind of hard and for me to search through their member associations for the calculated ones. So I might just proceed with promoting it all to EduProf, and but it's a great opportunity no matter if the topic is health related or not, because it fosters everything that helps us. That's profitable.
Okay, now I have a new point from Slovenia.
It's just Slovenia. Yeah, I just wanted to say that I dropped the questions regarding the annual session because you will probably talk about this during the point in the agenda. But since you wanted to say something in regards to the EPSA entry, I would like to hear how did you see it, like from the EPEA point of view?
Tilan?
Tilan, Vice President of Green Affairs. We worked together as interns. Paulina was taking the lead on it. I think the event itself was very successful. There's definitely some things to be noted down. However, it gave us great visibility and great opportunity to network with others. I think my position, the President's position, and the VPER position are the ones that should work on it the most.
Next, I have a new point from Anne France.
So I was wondering about the civil group. Do you have any idea of when you organize it?
Tilan?
Tilan, Vice President of Universe. The answer was that they will be, the response will be in mid-November. No matter if we're successful or not, I will inform you, because this is something that as executive really try to do.
Now I have a new point from Portugal.
Portugal. We'd just like to state a comment about the EduProf platform. It was said in the meeting, but unfortunately not every member was present, so we should thank you for the engagement with the platform, and I think that the members should get appreciated for that too, because I think there's a lot more engagement with the platform, and honestly I think what we should try to solve is the live meetings are so much productive than the online ones, and we have to face this problem and try to solve them. And what we want to say in Portugal name, APEV, is that we are committed to not just to participate and engage in this platform, but also it's our strategy to advocate to get these positions in Portugal too in the local level. We think that, and we said it in the EduProf meeting, that this is almost as important as working in the European level, because the changes are made in our country. So I hope that every member agrees with this, and let's continue the good work.
Tilan?
Tilan, Vice President of Affairs. I'm also happy to see that you see the increase in engagement. I would like to thank the EduProf representatives and members for it, because this comes from you. Platform is you, and platform is here for you. The other thing, about the national and local level, actually we already discussed this in EPSA Executive, and I will be following up on that after the AA. So,
Any other comments or questions? Anne France?
Neva and France, I just also wanted to congratulate you on the work that you did. Like so far, we can see a lot of engagement from what you're doing, the events and so on. And what is good is that you're showcasing it more, also together with PR. And I will just suggest also to use more Twitter when you're also like networking on those events, because then like you can directly tag the people that you're with and also create connection.
Any other comments or questions? Mihai?
Hi, President. I want to thank Dylan for all the work that you've done for our members and projects that are being heard in Europe. Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? No? Technical, Mihai?
Hi, President. So I think we can call it a day, and I was Mina to collect your voting cards.
Mina?
Okay, Mina, Secretary General, please raise your voting cards high. Scrutineers, please pick up the voting cards.
On there?
Hi everybody, as we're close to GA, I want to ask you all to leave the room as quick as possible, because we're having a meeting with the RC here after. Thank you.
Leonardo?
Bernardo PA, just to tell you that the auction is going to happen tonight at the International Night. It will start at 9:30. We will try not to prolong it that much, and in order to do so, we will experiment a silent auction afterwards. So some of the items will be put on the table for people to bid for 2 hours. Whoever wants to bid just needs to go there and inform the person who will be there. This will happen from 10 to midnight, so at midnight whoever bidded the most and